First and foremost, very excited to get the win. I told our guys in the locker room, you obviously got to enjoy every win. As a football coach, I learned that as a player. Obviously, they're frustrated. I think we defined several things to show them how you can lose a football game. There's a lot of teams that would have lost that game right there. To give them credit, they took over in the fourth quarter when it mattered. I think we rushed for over 150 to their 10. So it really speaks to both sides of the ball what they're able to do. In addition to that, I'd say to the crowd here in Little Rock, unbelievable. We went to our walkthrough this morning at like 11 o'clock, and people have been going since 6. I got to hire some of them. They're obviously ready for the fourth quarter as well. But really thought they were engaged in the whole time. I told our guys I gave you every reason. If they wanted to boo you, they should have. But they battled through it, and the crowd was awesome. Our guys took over in the fourth quarter. Defensively, we had 3 new starters that have never played football or never started a game, so that was a big concern coming into the game. We pretty much knew that Roe and Jay Lake weren't going to make it with us, but we didn't know if Trey would. Trey just didn't feel like after pregame warm-ups that he could go. He hurt his knee a week ago, but he'll be back. He was right on the cusp. Probably another couple days he'll be with us. We should be full strength next week for Southern Miss. I don't think anybody got injured today. Offensively, for us to execute the way we did in the running game, especially in the fourth quarter. Started off great. The first fourth quarter were really good. Came out in sync. I think the kids were ready to play, and then when they scored on us defensively, we kind of hit the funk offensively when we came back out. Obviously, way too many penalties. 2 of them unexcusable. Alex Collins will not do that again. If he does, he will not be here and playing with us. And Tevin Mitchell's got to learn to control his emotions. I'm not calling anybody out. I'm just saying it is what it is. I've pointed out to both of them, and they'll grow from it, and we'll all experience better things ahead. Other than that, I'll open up for questions. What deal with Jay Lake? Jay Lake wasn't going to be with us on this game. We knew it going into it, but he'll be back full go with us next week. It was a disciplinary thing.
Did you feel it slipping a little bit? What was happening
I think going in at halftime, I was so excited for Hawk to hit that 53-yarder. He's got the leg, and just to go out there and execute, obviously it was a big point in the game. I think it's his career long, if I'm not mistaken. Thought that'd give us a little mojo, and then obviously to come out and fumble the ball in the opening drive. I think that was Jay Will's fumble. Just gives them hope down there in the area, and gives them a great field position. I thought our defense several times stood up when they were right at the end of the half, and we had the fumble and the punt return. Just so many positives, so many negatives that we can turn to positives here in these next 7 days. Everybody in the world of college football gets 12 guaranteed games. We took 2 steps forward. We took a step forward last week. We won a game, so we stepped forward. We just can't afford to go back anymore. Yep, absolutely. It means a lot to him. He made that big run to get down there on the goal line, and just thought his legs were zapped. That's why we put Jay Will in there, and I know he wanted that touchdown. That's why I knew it was going to be special to get him in. And we'll have. I didn't even grab him after that one. I let Joel have his piece with him. I'll get him tomorrow. He'll grow, and he's going to make a lot of plays. He's a tremendous football player, very gifted. You see him make some of those cuts. I think we got to work on overall ball security. That's why you saw Kiero in there at the fourth quarter when we needed to win the game.
Coach, to have Alex and Jay Will again step up together, it's kind of like the back of Wisconsin.
It is, and I don't know, being in Wisconsin, it's really hot out there. To have the 1-2 punch, and I'm telling you, Nate Holmes, we'll get him in there, we'll get him involved. And Kiero had that nice little belly play that hit for nice yards, and he made some nice plays to solidify the game there at the end. So I think our guys are getting it. Give a lot of credit to Samford. Tremendous effort, 4-quarter game out of them, and I expect they'll win a lot of games in their division.
They call it big.
No, really, the only thing was a little trap play. They ran a little influence trap on the last touchdown there to hit it on our 3 technique. They did a nice job of scheming that up, and they hit it earlier in the day as well, where they pulled both guards. But other than that, no, I just didn't thought in the first half, we weren't coming up and making a lot of plays. We weren't real sudden. Again, had some guys that were starting for the first time. I think they were a little tentative. Martrell's going to be a tremendous football player for us. I really think Alan Turner, I asked him to. Alan Turner lost his father last night in a battle with cancer, and here's a guy that's getting ready to make his first start. That he knew all week he was going to be the starter. Roe's not going to be with us. We knew he wasn't going to be with us today. We did travel, so AT prepared that whole week, and then to have his father pass last night, to have him go out and play the way he did today, I think speaks volumes about what kind of kid we have there.
Well, the Hunter Henry pass interference, is that
Yeah.
a kick or something?
I'm going to wait and reference, obviously I really think the world of the SEC officials, what I've learned so far, but Hunter said he didn't put it, I know where Hunter was supposed to be on the route, and I think he basically body blocked, you know, on a route, in which, I don't know if somebody interpreted it as he was blocking it, but that was a big play in the game. So we'll definitely take a look at it and make the correct measures to follow up.
Were they doing something to take Hunter out of the game? Were they focusing on that?
No, well, I mean, I think they realize he can be a good player. There's just so many things he's got to. He'll tell you, you know, he missed a route that he converted into something else. Might have been a touchdown, and I grabbed him because the next play was a break, and I went out and I was looking. He's a freshman, you know. He was hanging out at Pulaski Academy last year. I mean, he's worried about homecoming, you know, and now he's trying to win an SEC title, and his upside is so strong. You know, I got to think a kid like him too. You know, here he is coming home for the first time. No matter what kind of person and how much you prepare him, this is a big deal for a true freshman to walk into and play. I think at times because he's so good, we put too much on him. I'm constantly under coaches of back. I took him off punt personally. I run the shield on punt protection. I took him out of it just to try and take one more thing off his plate. But bigger and better days are here ahead for him for sure.
What did you see from the team when they took the 21-17 lead? What did you see from that?
Well, I didn't see any flinch out of our guys. I think our offensive guys knew what they needed to do. Stopped talking about what you're going to do, and they just went out and did it. Thought our offensive line mentality took over. I thought Jim really did a nice job play calling. Again, Brandon Allen did a nice job at the line of scrimmage, getting us in the right plays by what the count was defensively, and went out and executed. Somebody over here.
Yeah, the toss sweep was good.
Yeah, and, you know, I think it allows. I think both Alex and Jay Will can see the defense a little better. There's a little bit of what we were reading, what was happening to the defensive end block in front of him. Number 98 for them is a very, very good football player, and we wanted to see where he was at and what gap he was hitting for those guys to make a decision to go inside or outside.
Were you kind of trying to send a message to Jonathan for a little while there after the fumble? It looked like he didn't play for a little bit.
No, I don't think so. I think after the fumble, I just asked Joel, I said, who's starting off? He said Alex, and we pretty much just rotated as is. I didn't say much to him because I knew it was going to be a teaching moment. I thought we'd persevere and win this game, and I wanted to let these teaching moments happen with our assistant coaches, and then we'll have some conversations tomorrow.
Time for a couple more. Looking back at, obviously you're going to look at the tape. Obviously a lot of teaching points.
Huge.
From this game. What just sticks out in your mind?
I think the critical errors, you know, the penalties that were unforced errors. You know, I think Tevin Mitchell's play in particular. I would like, you know, when I heard that we had a pass interference, I couldn't understand why someone would be blocking on a pass play, but when it got described to me and what we saw, we'll see where that's at. And then the possession, just the ball security, you know. Herndon, the return to hit it up inside and to be loose with the ball, and there were a couple other examples, and then Jay Will. And then Alex let one slip out there at the end as well that he had to recover. Yeah. Huge kick. Yep. That was huge. Obviously, we just took a 10-point lead, and number 2 for them was just voted the National Player of the Week in special teams last week. And Zach obviously drilled the ball. I'm glad that he short hopped it too, and obviously it was a huge change of field position. Just huge momentum there. That there's a lot of really good football players on our team. We have a lot of NFL scouts. They come in and they're looking at Travis. They're looking at our defensive linemen. They're looking at at guys all around. But the guy that I keep saying that I think is going to play a long time is Zach Hocker, just because his leg is so strong. He's a weapon that's you can't put a price tag on.
I think Braylon Mitchell gave you some plays.
Braylon Mitchell? Yeah, Braylon is, again, another impressive guy that we moved him over to Will. You know, he'd been playing Sam for us all camp, moved him to Will, and he took to that. I thought Randy and the defensive coaches did a nice job with that, figuring out exactly where the best place for us to. And the one thing Braylon is, you know, he let a tight end or a guy slip away from him, and right away he knew it, you know, and I don't like it, but he did own up that was his responsibility, and a guy that really hasn't played a lot of football, so hopefully his best days are in front of him. Thank you very much.